involved with RSN for nearly 15 years. Support from someone who's been there makes all the difference.
Hey David, what are you listening to?
Kidney Talk, an online radio podcast that talks about kidney disease and the prevention of it.
Oh, cool. Where can I find that?
Oh, you can download it on iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.
Oh, nice. I'll definitely have to download that.
Shout out to Renal Support Network, the annual Renal Support Network essay contest. I won the Renal Support Network contest last year, the Warrior, and we are all warriors. So thank you. Keep on doing all that you do, and be happy and healthy and keep the hope. Thank you, Renal Support Network. Woohoo!
As a kidney transplant recipient, I find that having an actual publication like Kidney Talk is an invaluable resource for any kidney warrior at any stage.
RSN keeps me informed of kidney advocacy issues so my voice can be heard.
I'm really looking forward to the prom this year and meeting people who are just like me. Dressing up is super fun and all the activities are amazing. Can't wait to see you there.
Hi, I've been participating in the Renal Support Network 30-minute fitness Zoom classes. Not only have I lost 15 pounds, but I can also strike a yoga pose like this.
When I created Renal Support Network back in 1993, I had no idea the impact that I would have among my peers. An illness is too demanding when you don't have hope, and peer support, education, and knowledge are crucial to our survival. We have a great week planned with some incredible speakers, great information for you to share, learn, so we can survive and thrive with this illness. It's imperative. So stay tuned. We're going to have a great event, and a shout out to our corporate mission partners for making this happen. Well, welcome everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce our MC for the day. Her name is Wendy Rogers. She was the star of our video. She opened it up for us, and she's an incredible advocate nationwide, and a lupus survivor, a kidney transplant survivor, and just a great friend. So it's my pleasure to introduce Wendy Rogers.
Thank you so much, Lori, and welcome everyone to Hope Week, and I hope that each one of you leaves with even more hope. I am so honored to announce and introduce such a wonderful person. Our next, which is our entertainer, Carla Ulbrich, is a lupus survivor as well. And she has lived with lupus and lupus nephritis since 1990. Carla is also the author of the book, How Can You Not Laugh at a Time Like This? Don't you love that title? As well as having released several CDs that will enlighten your mood. If Carla looks familiar, it's because you might have seen her on The Revolution on ABC or heard her songs on Sirius XM. She learned the true value of laughter the hard way by surviving kidney failure and a stroke, and even worse, 8 days in Jackson Memorial eating hospital food. Here with us today to share some humor and hope, please welcome Carla Ulbrich.
I am so honored to be part of Hope Week, and I'd like to kick it off with a song that all of our fellow survivors can probably relate to, bouncing from specialist to specialist. Oh, over and over, I make an appointment with you. Over and over, you're not sure what to do. Ooh, over and over, you refer me to somebody new. So, over and over, I'm sitting in the waiting room. I'm at wish I brought something to do, 'cause I'm here over and over, sitting in the waiting room. All right, if you're feeling like, hey, I want to participate a little bit, this is the part where I usually say, pop quiz. I'm gonna sing the ologist, and you shout out the body parts. Or you can type it. It'll be a type along. I met the dermatologist. Skin, right? Ophthalmologist. Eyes. Pulmonologist. You guys probably know all of these. Gastroenterologist. The gut, or sometimes people cheat and just yell gastro. Rheumatologist, and this is where some smart aleck always yells rooms. No, not rooms. Cardiologist, hearts, but he didn't even listen to my heart. So over and over, oh, I'll be a fool if I do just sit there over and over in that waiting room. So over and over is what they put you through. Over and over, you tell them that it just won't do. I told them over and over, I'm not sitting here like a fool. So they took me over to another waiting room. Okay, time for the type along again. I met the hematologist, blood archaeologist. Okay, I'm just messing with you. Here's our favorite, nephrologist. We better all get this one right. I waited for 2 hours, and then I saw him walk into his car. Office hours were over. They were over. I knew what I had to do. I ran him over and over. Left him in the waiting room.
Woo!
All right. Sit in the waiting room, you guys. Just want you to know, no actual doctors were harmed in the making of this song. Just blowing off some steam here, because I was on Medicaid at one point, and there was one nephrologist for the entire county. It was really a lot of waiting, lots of waiting. So I'm Carla Ulbrich, and thank you, Wendy, for that introduction. I appreciate it, and thank you, Lori and Suzette, for masterminding this conference. It's nothing as therapeutic as talking to other patients and relating to other patients who really understand what you're going through. And it's just wonderful, such important work. I've been living with chronic kidney disease, lupus nephritis, since probably 1990. It took until 1993 to get diagnosed, but it started, all my problems started in 1990. And I learned in the process of having it was a very serious time when I finally got diagnosed. But over the years, I learned how important it is to reclaim my sense of humor and my ability to laugh. Because while we need to take the disease seriously, we don't have to take ourselves that seriously, right? Or our circumstances. If we can find the funny, it takes a lot of the power away from the problem, right? The problems of the healthcare system and how difficult it is for us and the people who work in it. It's a very frustrating system for both. And the problems, of course, of the illness. If we can find ways to laugh, it really lightens the load and helps us reclaim some of our power and some of our well-being. So my next little thing I want to share with you, I wrote all these songs when I was confined to the bed and I couldn't play the guitar. I had had a stroke. And, you know, it was, I must confess, when I first got sick, I took it very seriously, did a lot of work putting myself back together, had a lot of help. And then I sort of slacked off once I started feeling better. And sure enough, over time, eventually I got even sicker. I got better. Was having a great time, doing all kinds of fun stuff. But then I just stopped taking care of myself and I got sick again. So I had a stroke and congestive heart failure. And I have some pictures I'll share with you near the end of this of, it's just unbelievable how transformative. I look like 10 different people in the pictures, you know, just the effects of the drugs. And of course, one of the drugs that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with was prednisone, which has saved my life, but it does come at a price. And so it helped me because I had to take the prednisone. It helped me to just blow off a little steam again by finding the humor in the situation. Prednisone will make you get real fat. Prednisone will give you cataracts. Prednisone, it will destroy your bones. So take some prednisone, destroy your bones today. Prednisone, your moods are up and down. Prednisone, your face is big and round. Prednisone will mess with your hormones. So take some prednisone, spend your life alone today. Give it to your cat, give it to your dog, give it to your guinea pig. See him acting weird, see him eating a lot, see him getting really big. Take it for your gout, or if you got a bout, a poison oak or poison ivy. Take it in a drop, take it in a pill, take it intravenously. Prednisone, you start with one complaint. Prednisone, now you've got 7 or 8. Prednisone, you could be dead, you know. So take your prednisone or pick your tombstone today. Dark humor. A little bit of gallows humor, you guys. So, the next thing I want to share with you, I'm going to share my screen. I have some pictures that I promised to show you. Oh, let me go back to Zoom. I'm not the technical wizard that everyone thinks I am. Or that 2020 demands that you be. Here we go. All right, you guys, I'm going to start with a picture of my mole hair. Yay, mole hair. This is me before I got sick, just like 6 months before the problems started. And here I am after going on prednisone. Completely different person, but not really. I mean, I just look like a completely different person. But I got really tired of my family. I had to move back in with my parents, and my family was taking pictures of me all the time. And I was like, why are you taking pictures of me when I'm completely unrecognizable? So I was like, stop taking pictures of me. But this is me too. And this is me too on prednisone again. And here's my congestive heart failure feet. And I'm also an aunt. That's me in the middle. I'm not one of the toddlers. And this is me with my dog, my husband, doing some theater, my beautiful garden, riding a bike, getting married. And all this is to say, I'm not my disease, right? I'm a lot of things. There's a lot more to me than just a diagnosis. That my life, I try to keep my life filled with friendship and laughter and humor, even when, and maybe especially when, I'm not feeling so great. That, my friends, become super important at that time. Sometimes, and maybe you can relate to this, sometimes people come in to visit you when you're at feeling your absolute worst, and you're in the hospital, and they come in and they really mean well. It's nice of them to come and visit and try to be a friend, but sometimes they don't think about what they're saying before they say it. So I made a little collection of the top 10 annoying things to say to someone who's just been diagnosed. Inappropriate comments when silence isn't awkward enough. Number 10, I knew someone who had that. She died. Wow, thanks for the boost of confidence. Number 9, I know someone who has that. He's in perfect health. How can you be in perfect health if you have a diagnosis of an illness? Number 8, is that a form of cancer? Why are you asking me medical questions right now? Number 7, is that a form of AIDS? See number 8. Number 6, and I have to preface this one by saying I'm from the South, okay? I'm from the deep South. I live in New Jersey now, but I'm originally from the deep South. So number 6, And someone really said this. God is punishing you because you have a hidden sin in your life. And I'm not kidding you. On the same day, someone else called me and told me that the devil was attacking me because I was a good Christian. I was like, y'all really should get together beforehand and get this straight. Number 5, top 10 annoying thing to say to someone who's just been diagnosed. I'm sure it's nothing. You'll be fine. Great. I'll cancel all my doctor appointments. Number 4, is it genetic? If you're not my twin, why does that matter? Number 3, have you tried insert form of strange therapy here? There's a time for problem solving later. Be a friend first. And number 2, I think we've all heard this one. You don't look sick. Wow, you don't look insensitive. I guess appearances can be deceiving. And the number 1, top 10 annoying reaction to a diagnosis of a serious illness. Is it contagious? Yes, and you can't leave until I lick your face. All right. Top 10 things not to say. Well, fortunately for me, I did have one wonderful person come visit me in the hospital. This was in 2002 with my second hospitalization with lupus and lupus nephritis. And her name was Sarah Lynn. And she is the most bubbly, funny person I know. Just ADHD, but only in the best way. And she jumped from topic to topic to topic. I was so depressed, y'all. I had been told I was on 9 drugs, 4 of them were blood pressure medications, and then I was also on prednisone intravenous and prednisone oral and Cytoxin, and I don't even remember all the other drugs. And then that they had just come and told me that I was going to be on Cytoxin, and I was like 30 years old, and they told me, well, you're probably going to be sterile, and I was like, I can't have kids then. But I don't really want kids, but I would like to have the choice to have kids. Anyway, I was really upset. So Sarah Lynn comes in during this terrible time when my head was just spinning. And she jumps, and meanwhile, I've had people coming in saying these top 10 annoying things to me. And she comes in and just jumps from topic to topic. And she treated me like she always treated me. You know, we're friends, we have fun together, and she was trying to help me laugh. And she finally just went from topic to topic until she got me to laugh about how annoying maxi pads are. And I was like, she and I started writing a song about it together, which I won't sing to you, but it's not a masterpiece. But I did stay up all night working on this song, and I was hiding it in a drawer so it wouldn't get thrown away because they're always cleaning up in there. And it was so wonderful because it transported me. I lost track of all time. I got lost in my creativity and in trying to find the humor in something that was super annoying. And that was when everything started for me, with writing the humorous songs about my situation. And I have to tell you, it was such a great outlet. And humor, it turns out, the greatest formula for humor is pain. Well, what they call it is tragedy plus time. Humor equals tragedy plus time. It sounds like Einstein, but I kind of tweak it a little bit, and I say it's pain plus distance. Right? It doesn't have to be total tragedy. It could just be pain and distance. And so I don't need time to pass. I can laugh about it right now if I can find a way to look at it in a way that is bizarre. Like one time I woke up and it was 6 o'clock in the morning. It was a teaching hospital. So every time I got visited by a specialist, there was 10 people. You know, all the interns and the students, medical students, asking me all kinds of questions. And I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, there's 10 people around my bed. And I remember thinking, just what if I was looking at this from the ceiling and thinking, how is this helping me heal? Just looking at it from another point of view, I was able to sort of laugh at it. But writing the songs was so therapeutic, and I really have Sarah Lynn to thank for that. It's been 18 years since that happened, and I will be grateful to her forever for helping me turn it around. I started writing songs about anything that was annoying, and I had a lot to pick from. On the commode again. Just can't wait to get on the commode again. I'd rather be out on the trampoline with my friends, but I can't wait to get on the commode again. And this one, longer than there have been fishes in the ocean. Truer than any tree ever grew. longer than, wait for it, there have been stars up in the heavens. I've been on hold with you. And I wrote this one about my housemates. This is a conversation they had about 6 times a day. If you want me to pick up something next time that I go to the grocery store, put it on the list. Honey, would you get some detergent and some milk and eggs? And some milk and eggs. I said, here's a pen. Put it on the list. Did he want a squash or a zucchini? Ziti, macaroni, or linguine? Should have seen me. You can bet that I'll forget why I came if I don't have it in writing. So put it on the list. So pretty much anything is fair game when you have a pen and a piece of paper, or a computer and the ability to type. When I first got sick, I was really discouraged by some of the things that the doctors told me, including they told me that I would be needing new kidneys within 5 years. That was 26 years ago. So far, thanks to prednisone and refusing to believe the worst, a combination of those things, I still have my kidneys. Thank you, Lord. But I do know my dad. He went through dialysis. One of my close friends went through dialysis and then got a kidney transplant. So those things are also things to be grateful for. But when I first got diagnosed, I am very contrarian. I'm a middle child, okay? So when people give me bad news, I'm like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to find someone else, a second opinion and a third opinion and a fourth opinion until someone gives me some hope, dadgummit. And I read a lot of books and articles. I went out searching for things about people who beat the odds and people who survive. And what do they have in common? And people who do well. Like 2 people can get the same diagnosis and the same prognosis, the same prediction of how they're going to do, and one of them does well and another one doesn't. And doctors haven't really been able to measure or explain this, but some people who do have some curiosity about this have noticed some things in common. And Bernie Siegel made a list of traits of a survivor, what he noticed in his patients, his cancer patients that do really well. They are sometimes hostile, meaning they fight back. Not all the time, just sometimes. They have a strong ego, retain control of their life, is receptive and intelligent, a strong sense of reality, so we're not denying the disease, self-reliant, nonconformist, and this one I really relate to, seeks solutions and doesn't see problems as failures, right? We are not failures because we got a disease. And you'll find, you probably have all found, once you talk about your diagnosis, it seems like everybody's struggling with something. Everyone I know is struggling with something, whether it's something emotional or a loss or an illness. And I love this one. Makes use of their time in the waiting room rather than staring into space. And I had a doctor who always made me wait 2 hours, and I started just bringing a picnic basket and my song ideas, because that's what I would be doing anyway at home. There's another author, this is the last thing I'll share before my last song. There's another author, C.W. Metcalf, who said the traits of the survivors are 5. Humor, my favorite. Altruism, which is generosity towards others. Community, we don't have to do this alone. Imagination, and divinity or spirituality. And the great thing is you don't have to be born with these traits. You can nurture them. You can become a survivor. You can become a thriver. We can all nurture these traits. So time is ticking, and I know we have another presenter, so I just want to mention that I do have a website if you'd like to visit me. I think it might be backwards on the screen, so it's carlau.com, CARLAU.com, and I put up a special discount for our RSN folks off of my book and my CD of Sick Humor. So I put that up just for you guys. And I would like to leave this presentation with this short song, and I'll be back on Friday, and just looking forward to sitting back and listening to the rest of you this afternoon. And thank you again for having me. I've got tremors, I've got numbness, I've got anemia, who can ask for anything more? I've got headaches, I've got nosebleeds, kidney problems, who can ask for anything more? Bad prognosis, I don't mind that. I'm the kind that loves to prove them wrong. 'Cause I am stubborn, I've still got hope. I've got good friends who can ask for anything more, who can ask for anything more. Oh boy, drum break. I've got chapped lips, toenail fungus. I got no hair, who can ask for anything more? But I've got choices, I've got good friends. I've got laughter, who can ask for anything more? Bad prognosis, I don't mind that. I'm the kind that really loves to prove them wrong. Who could ask for anything more? Who could ask for anything more? Thank you, friends. I will see you in the chat room. My name's Carla Ulbrich.
Wow. What some entertainment, and what a great way to start off Hope Week. I hope you guys found this as hilarious and funny and uplifting as I did. Carla, you're so talented. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy.
And shout out to my fellow loopy, as we would say.
Yes.
Good job.
And a shout out to our corporate mission partners for making this happen.